What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Tuesday, March 5th. What a roller coaster, folks. We get to play along. We're in crypto. So many of you have been here for a while, and we hit an all-time high and immediately get rejected. Nope, send it. Send it down, folks. What is going on? We know what's going on. It's all the same thing. Could have anticipated it, but we didn't, because we always just look at it and think, oh man, this time it's just going to break through all-time highs. There's going to be price discovery. And well, we don't know. Then once you break all-time highs, there is nothing. There's nothing to judge it against. It can go to $4 million in 13 minutes. It didn't go to $4 million in 13 minutes. I still am of the belief, though, that you got to buy the dip. But it might dip more. So who knows? What's going on? Anybody in the chat? What's going on, folks? Still feeling a little under the weather, not going to lie. But I took Dayquil, so that should probably kick in, and I'll get a little, what will happen? I'll probably get a little speedy, over chatty. But the whole point of this is me chatting. So, yeah. What's good evening, Animal Style? How are you, buddy? So I guess Buddy's a bad one. I'm sorry, Animal Style. I'm sorry about the buddy. It's a bad habit of mine to sometimes refer to people as buddy. And I feel like people generally find that condescending. So I didn't mean it that way. What's up, Caleb? Yes, what's going on? Bank on, been here too long. Bank on has been here. Bank on Algorand is like, he's like Kraken from Rand Gallery gone right. Like he's still like, okay, I've been here forever. I want things to be right. And Kraken's like, no, stupid. John Woods freaking kills puppies. Bank on Algorand's like, John Woods does not kill puppies, but the Algorand Foundation sucks. I'm with you, Bank on. Animal Style, March 5th, Coop hits 5 cents. What a damn treat. Woke up today, Coop's at 5 cents, $1 million market cap. Look at you. Packed Farm Live. We're living that life, folks. It's a good time. I bet you it's fallen below those numbers because Bitcoin took a little bit of a dump. I wonder, is that dump done? Because, I mean, usually I think this correction would have been much more severe. You know, even though it was like a $5,000-$6,000 correction, people might be like, oh, it was supposed to be more severe than that. Well, I don't know. Have you been in Bitcoin long? I think that could have rejected down even more, but I think there's buyers, folks. Now, am I comfortable with BlackRock gobbling up so much damn Bitcoin? No, I don't like it. But at this point, it is what it is, folks. All we can do as a community is encourage self-custody and enjoy the gains. What's up, man? March 5th. Okay, good morning to you, and what's up to everyone else? There we go. GFY, that's right, because I'm probably the only one still in mourning. No, that's not true. In mourning of all-time highs. I'm in mourning of all-time highs. Oh, come on. Come back to me, all-time highs. No, I know some of you are in California. Some of you psychopaths are with me. Bank on Algorand got a kick out of it. Good. As I was saying it, I was like, is this going to get offensive? I don't know. Oh yeah, I got my Coop airdrop this morning. Oh yeah. Sorry, friggin' live from my hospital bed. Let's not joke about that. I'm too much of a hypochondriac. So I take that back. Live from my bunker with a slight cold. Nothing else is wrong. Yeah, there was a 5, and it's funny. I don't even think, because I have all my Coop that's unlocked in a farm, in an LP. So did I even get the 5 Coop? I don't know if I did, but that's okay if I didn't. It's okay if I didn't. But there was a big 5 Coop airdrop to celebrate 5 cents. Those guys do a fantastic job. I mean, the team behind the Coop coin, profile, these are words. I know the words. I know the words, folks. The people behind the X profile, the KubeCoin X profile, doing a fantastic job. Obviously, D13 is part of that, and he just continues. He just continues to nail it. And there is more coming. He's building utility. We got a crowdfunding thing, I believe. Am I breaking? Is this internal? Am I am I not supposed to talk about this? There's a crowdfunding thing that transactions will be paid in Coop. Pretty fantastic, folks. Just these guys. You think that Coop is just a meme coin? No, 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 no. There are people that are like, no, no, no. This is going to be a real thing, folks. So that's fun for me because I have a hard time getting behind all of this garbage. You know, there's no reason that Bonk should be ahead of Algorand, in my personal sweetheart opinion. But and obviously most of you know, all of you know probably, but maybe there's some guests on Twitter being like, okay, who is this guy? His Coop was a joke. I was making fun of this industry with Coop. And then a man named D13, who's an incredible dev and a sweetheart by all accounts, and somebody that really cares about this ecosystem, Algorand and AVM and this technology, I think, and most importantly, and an awesome member of the community. I think he went back and saw, oh shit, he really did just give it all away in a really kind of distributed way. This is cool. There might be an opportunity here, and he seized it. So shout out to him. You know, if you're going to blame anybody for KubeCoin, it's not me, folks. It's a man named D13. See how I do that? All right. Love you, buddy. It's all fun. Coop to the moon. I love you back, Bank on Algorand. And another guy, not only is he the angel to Kraken's devil, he is also the artist behind the original Coop's NFT project. And if you were sitting there being like, what's going on with the Coops? Man, where's my moonshot? I don't know where your moonshot is, but there will always be a reward at some in weird capacity from me for the Coops holders. And if there's a V2, there'll be rewards in that. You know, this is fun. This is supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be ironic, and it's a community. So just, you know, have fun. Let it sit in your wallet or sell the damn thing. Who cares? What's up? Hey, Coop fam, if you hold 100,000 Coop, you'll be rich as fuck one day. Our boy, I believe this is Andy, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Nice to see you, buddy. Buddy again, there it is. Damn it. Nice to see you, sir. How about sir? Sir better? Shout out. Oh, shoot. He is the Coop King. And I believe, because there was a time where I was a trusted individual in the KubeCoin community, and they put me on a multi-sig, and I believe they just went, this guy isn't even doing anything. He never signed shit. This guy's completely and utterly just won't do anything with the multi-sig. So I think they replaced me with Rome. And that guy's awesome. Does a fantastic job. And yeah, he's right. Sheck is right. And shout out to Sheck. Sheck is the reason. He's the reason it was fair. He could have made it not fair because he was my confidant in the last moments, which I only told him very last minute. And he really put it together really quick, the airdrop for all the whole coiners all the way back a year ago. Can you believe that Coop is about a year old? Damn. And rocking, folks. Like there is, it's been a year. This hasn't been, it had a lull. Of course it did. But this thing is continuing to have an engine. It's amazing. It's at 5 cents. It's back at $1 million market cap, folks. Winning top prizes and farms. Don't sleep on Coop, folks. Don't sleep on it. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I wish your stream was not so pixelated. Is it even three? Okay, I got to change it. Is it pixelated? God damn it. It's supposed to be way higher than that. I did downgrade it from 1080 to 720, thinking that it wasn't really even, my thinking with that was that it was already going to be, it was already not doing 1080. It was doing 720 on all these sites. So I thought, okay, well, I mean, whatever. Might as well just be 720. It'll be fine. But if he's saying 360 would be better, that means you guys are just seeing garbage. That's not going to help me. People aren't going to want to watch that. Okay. All right. I got to upgrade it. I'm full. My internet's full bars. I got network connection is 10 out of 10. I've got fast internet. Side shit. This dude won't side shit. We got Jay from DGB, Digi Asset X, NFT artist on the Digibyte, in the Digibyte ecosystem. The elves. What's going on, man? Thanks for showing up. I guess your internet upload speed isn't super great. Well, the issue is I have, I wonder if it would help. Is there something? No. I am on a Wi-Fi extender down here. Oh man, fuck. Okay, I'll figure it. Don't sleep on Coop, sleep with Coop. Would somebody do that? You know what I mean? She's not gonna. I sleep easy holding Coop. There you go, BOA. I love it. We used to live in this world. Coop takes me back to my childhood. We used to live in this world. He's like, yeah, relax and sleep. It's like when you you recorded a show on your VHS, and then somebody took a piss on the cassette tape, and it still worked, but it was just a little shitty. Coop is still too young, but it's going to be better than BTC one day. Mark my words. Hey, man, there we go. I love it. I love the enthusiasm. I wonder what it would take for Coop to be better than BTC one day. I know for a fact it won't be anything I did. Well, I mean, if it is, it will. I guess the origin story would be nice. So I'd get a little shine for it. But I'm telling you, the Coop, that's all D13 again. Is he watching? I hope he's not watching because I'm sure he's uncomfortable with all this pressure. GM, that looks like it's IRL. She's got the platform and co. But it must be. I think that's her profile. So I don't know what the difference. I don't know why she's the platform and co. But that's okay. Good morning. Cheap fees, fast, and it never goes down. It doesn't go down. It doesn't go down. It never goes down. Coop is fantastic. It is fast. And it's got the same dynamics, and it is distributed. And it was fair. You know, I was thinking, and I don't know if Jay is still in here, but it is interesting because I focused on Digibyte for a while, and I had a lot of fun in that community. I liked it. And it was good. I had a whole line of things called Magnum DGB, which was obviously it was a play on Magnum PI because of the mustache. And then it was kind of where my thumbnails started to take off in a funny way instead of just being boring as hell like they are now. It's always the same damn thumbnail. It's a beautiful thumbnail, but it's always the same thing. I got to get back to it. It's hard. It takes a lot of time. But I was thinking about Coop, and because obviously Coop, it was just like a game that I started playing because I was making fun of the name coins. And I just decided, okay, I'll create a character that is drunk and ridiculous, just like the people I was seeing on internet, on the Twitter machine. And when I kind of came with these ideas on just distributing it, keeping none for myself, and then after 4 or 5 days, allowing people to kind of donate if they wanted, which Coop had already taken on so much value, so there was cost to them because I didn't want to allow that in the beginning because people would be much more probably generous than it just whatever. It was just all instinct driven, and I just kind of did it. But then when I looked back, and then I remembered the story of Digibyte and Jared Tate, and he creating Digibyte, and then keeping none for himself, and just allowing that to be fully distributed. And so, I think Jared Tate allowed himself to stay poor just like I did. So shout out to Jared Tate, the founder of Digibyte. Congrats, man. Me and you can eat ramen together and some, what's a good cheap whiskey? Drink some Rittenhouse. You like Rittenhouse? All right. All right, let's go. What it do? What's going on? No free game. Let's go. All right, Andy. Amen. All right, folks, let's look. I haven't looked at the prices. Is the prices still down? What are you looking for? I want to know. Will you put it in the chat? I know that you love algo. We're over 25 cents, or we're probably under 25 cents now, obviously. But I know you love algo. I know some of you like different things like HBAR, obviously Bitcoin. What is it that you guys know that I like? I'm also a fan of Polkadot. Um, what are the other things that you like? I want to know I want to know from my core group of guys, because that's what we're dealing and gals. That's what we're and days, whatever it is you do. I want to know what it is that you are focused on. You know what I mean? Outside of like algo, Bitcoin, and yeah, just algo and Bitcoin. Yeah, what is it that you're interested in? So I get a better idea of like what what the fucking the Coopers like. The troop is what we call each other. The troop. I want to know what the troop likes. Link. Vince likes Link. Scoop some Coop. That's right. And Coop, obviously, people like Coop. So throughout this, if you're late or whatever, just put it in. I'll scroll through because I'm interested. Link is one of my major mistakes. I have plenty of mistakes not pressing the buy button. Plenty of mistakes. Not pressing the buy button when I was convinced that I should press the buy button. And Link is a dramatic example of me not buying Link at $5. And I was there. I was actually on Coinbase about to buy the stupid thing. And if I were able, if the situation where I was able to transfer it and stake it, and it was open to me to staking it, I would have bought it because I would have been like, all right, cool. I'll just buy this and I'll stake it. I'll get a little return and it'll be good. I don't have to deal with it. And then I would have figured out maybe is there something else to do with it later on. But you couldn't get into the staking at that point. It was filled, so I didn't do it. I should have done it. Who cares about staking when you could be up 400%? All right. All right, folks. Well, you make mistakes and you don't sit on them. As obviously, I'm not going to sit there now, but I'm also not going to buy Link at $20 because also some other things that stopped me from buying Link was how wildly centralized it felt with that, the multi-sig. And, I don't know, but it's also going to, I never really looked that far into it to get to that point I was still going to buy it. But yeah, Coop, what's up, Swenner? We got to get you on here, man. When is Christopher Swenner coming on this show so I can yell at him about all the things? I own Mr. Bags says I own Render and Aptos and I know nothing about them. I love you for that, Mr. Bags. Okay, let's see what he's Maple Finance. Okay, Caleb likes Maple Finance. He's like, all right, I'm gonna bet on some treasuries. I'll go with ... Cool. Liquidity providing, markets go up and down, capitalize on capturing volatility. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bank on. He is behind the token Finite, and he often brags about some of those fees, doesn't he? I own Render and Aptos, and I know nothing about them. Well, yes, we already read that. But Render, I'm for sure, has done fantastic for you. And yes, they have all severely outperformed algo. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun when the thing that you know about, you care about, sucks? I mean, not sucks. It doesn't suck. Oh, it doesn't suck. But it just performs like a freaking dog in a cage with treats outside of it. I don't know. It's great. See what brain fog, see what I guess it's COVID brain fog does. You come up with analogies that make, I guess, sense, but they're not fun. Yeah, Render had to have treated you perfectly. So hopefully it made up for some of that. All right, Coop. Yep. We'll get you on. Many people ask me, what does algo do better? I think there's the idea that each chain has its specific use case. Now, there is that situation with algo, that it kind of is one of those all-purpose chains. And I think the leadership is like, all right, well, we want to focus on this real-world asset thing. So, I mean, I guess the answer, Mel, is the real-world asset thing. If you're trying to appeal to crypto people, kind of leave out the banker thing. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Guys, what are we doing? All right. Hey, let's do it right now. Chris is like, let me come on. I want to be, he's like, I'm ready. No, let me feel, I'm going to actually talk with Michael Cotton this afternoon, the Australia thing. Makes it rough. I want to get Michael Cotton on the show. He's been on the show two times previously, I think. maybe three if you include, three if you include the first time I've even done an interview, which was the Algo Fest with Shaman, Andrew Shaman from Humble and Algonauts. He hasn't been on the show in a while, and I think that Algomint is sort of under fire in the community, and I think the TDR rewards are being. I just think it's interesting. I think it's interesting because Algorand is in an auspicious point. Now, I do understand the idea of getting rid, and Fisherman has been pounding the drum on this, getting rid of TDR completely and moving all of those rewards to consensus rewards. And if that were happening immediately, and these type Algomint and different large projects could set up nodes to earn those rewards, and then they could earn a ton of rewards by mining or validating the network, then that would be different. But to pick and choose certain projects and just be like, all right, the best ones, Folks Finance and Tiny Man, those are the only ones we want to reward because they're the only ones that have been successful, feels like a dangerous proposition. Feels like a dangerous proposition for losing a lot of stuff that's here, especially from projects and builders like Tiny Man and Algo Foundry that have been here, not Tiny Man, my bad, Algomint and Algo Foundry that have been here since the beginning. It's dangerous to me, knowing these builders, that you don't want them to leave, folks, or close up. We don't want that. I know we don't want that. I know a lot of you will be like, well, if you can't survive and you only can survive on DeFi rewards, then you shouldn't be here. Well, that's just not reality, folks. We don't have the thing. We don't have the we don't have all the people. The people aren't all here. There's not enough activity. We need these guys. I think we do. And I think it would be wiser to phase out TDR rewards. It seems, but the thing is that the foundation doesn't want to completely well, I don't know. Maybe they would want that. I don't think the foundation wants to do what John or Fisherman is saying, but they may be, they'll be like, sure, you want to vote out all TDR and then we'll put all of that into consensus? Sure, let's do that. They may be open to that. But I just think that like picking and choosing right now and getting and really disincentivizing these people that have been here from the beginning and have built real things that we all use, like the MESSINA bridge, the USDC bridge, like maybe you guys have an opinion on how to navigate this. But as somebody that is trying to have somewhat of a business that is Algorand centric, that MESSINA bridge is critical, absolutely critical to the ReCoop. But maybe you guys, you may be like, look, bro, you could do this, this, and this. And I haven't looked into it, but I'm just saying. And, Go BTC is a great thing for me. I love it. I've loved Go BTC for a while. I've been stacking, a nice little bit of my Bitcoin using Go BTC. And that bridge has never failed when I've panicked and wanted it, in cold storage. And I also think that it's important that there's an alternative to gAlgo, and there's competition in this ecosystem. That's provided by mALGO. Now, full disclosure, you guys know that these are partners of the show, so take that for what you will. But that's that. That's that. I believe this stuff. Okay, so nobody is, yeah, I mean, if they leave, they'll stop paying, helping. I would hate to call it pain because it's not, we're not breaking the bank over here, folks. I'm still doing shit. I have to do other things. So it's not like we're, I'm not driving a Lambo. I'm not driving, like I had to get rid of my Jeep. Oh man. All right, folks. Okay, let's see. Let's do it right now. Let's get to it. I'm going to do an interview later, and then I'm not really feeling on top of my game right now. But let's do it soon, Chris. And it's a problem in the discussion. They seem not to be able to skip that part and think of a chain that can do all those things they think of separately. Or yeah. And so back to the chain of all chain things and like a multi-purpose chain versus like something like Render or I mean, Solana is like that as well. It's supposed to be like a multi-purpose type of chain. I guess a lot of these layer ones are sort of like that. And then they're like naturally trying to kind of sort out their lane. And like I said earlier, Algorand is trying to do this real world asset lane. The issue with that is that's not very exciting to retail. So hopefully we continue to have a DeFi, because if you've used DeFi in other ecosystems and you've used Algorand, and this is another kind of plus towards doing things to attract other ecosystems or other users from other places, is that it's a superior experience using DeFi in Algorand. The liquidity isn't competitive with like an AVAX or something like that. But the swaps are still pretty good. You can't swap of major size and not work, and you're going to deal with some slippage. But for most of us, the swaps that we're trying to do are fine, and you can break them up a little bit. You can play the game a touch. But just bringing people over, and you get to see how absolutely fast it is and how it's never not working. I mean, I guess sometimes there's issues with individual apps. Like yesterday, there was a problem with folks, and I still don't really know what happened, but they said that they had to stop some operations as a caution and a precautionary. So I don't really know. Give me the link, he says. You won't. Do it, Chris on. AVAX, there he is, AVAX troll. I've seen you a few times. Nice to have you, man. I'm thinking about a post, an AVAX post soon. So stay tuned on that if you're into the coop, the ReCoop. The ReCoop is going to be looking at AVAX too. Mel has got you. Okay. The Gov vote makes no sense. Look at the Folks Finance G Algo vote at the moment. Of course, it's disproportionately more in favor of specifically Folks Finance because they're using Folks Finance to vote. And then, disturbingly, by the way, there was issues with the API at the foundation and the votes being recorded correctly. Oh man! If you were my year and a half old son, you would go, "Oh no!" He's cute. Project support made more sense before. Eric says, also, I use TinyMan, so let's give TinyMan more ruggo to pump my own bag, but not support another project because it doesn't. It's a popularity contest. That's right. You guys don't use Pact? You don't use Humble? You guys don't use Messina? Do you guys just live here? You don't go anywhere else? I mean, Wormhole's cool, but it's like, really, is that all we're going to have? Because Wormhole will leave, USDC will leave, everything will just be like, just fall apart, the whole thing. And then it'll just be a centralized tech company. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. You seem to be shying away from one of these platforms creating their own token and allocating. You seem to be shying away from one of these platforms creating their own token and allocating it Algorand funds. Messina Bridge has a statement in their facts along the lines of, we may not be here tomorrow. I think you're talking about Big Boy, Relax and Sleep. I think that they took that down. I think what happened, the way that was explained to me, was that the foundation kind of popped popped on people, but like dropped like, all right, we want your allocation now for the next period. And I think a lot of these platforms were like, well, shit, we just did this. We were hoping to focus on other things. And now you want us to come out with this allocation for something that is 2 months away. And they were thinking in the future of what they may want to do with their plans that they're doing. And then when they dropped it, like being like, all right, we're going to put a small amount to this thing that we're trying to do, because we think that things will be happening over the next couple of months. So we would like to incentivize it at that point. And then the community is like, well, what the hell is this? We don't even know about this. and now you're incentivizing that. Like, give me a break. And so I think that there was, a bit of a thing, but I think they corrected it, right? They took that out. And then Messina Bridge may not be here tomorrow. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But they don't, it's all native. It's a native bridge. So when I send, USDC to base or wherever, it's not like I'm trying to come back. I have USDC now on base. So you're not counting on them to custody a certain thing that you need to get back to. Jason Scott is like, I turned 1,000 algo into 10,000 algo on Trump coin. So there you go. Beautiful. I don't even have a Trump impersonation. China. I have nothing. Platforms should have done a better job on TDR, 3 cycles of TDR with suboptimal allocations, supporting pools for VC farmers, and the metrics show little to no growth on those pools. And Bank On, like I said, is, a lot of that is right. And I don't really know what to do. I know that, yeah, I get it. And then I don't speak for these people. I don't speak for these projects, and I don't speak for anybody other than myself. But it is, it's dicey because I want these things to exist. So I don't know if it'll kill it or not, but I'm just saying, I don't know. We do need growth though. Chris Swenner voted yes on everything. Well, we know Chris has got big bags. You guys don't use Humble. Humble is one of the most demanding projects using Algorand rather than running its own infrastructure. That's huge. You guys don't use Humble? Humble is one of the most demanding projects using. Yeah, I think that's part of the. Yeah, I don't know. So you're saying that Humble creates a lot of traffic for Algorand and takes up a lot of that kind of like power. I get it, man. Look, I don't know. I actually, that's why we're in a community, and it's a it's decentralized. We'll see what happens with like whale votes, and we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for them. I like these people, and I appreciate the projects, the products. I've used over many years now, a lot of them. I would like to see more growth. I think everybody would. I don't think it's just on those projects. I think that they would be the beneficiary of growth in some other way. Like, you know what would happen? You know what would grow this damn ecosystem and make people actually use it and help these projects is if fucking the price would go up. If everyone wasn't down so damn bad. Every single Bitcoin holder now is probably a little lower, but it was like yesterday, near 100% of Bitcoin holders, nearly, it was probably a slight minuscule amount of people that were not in profit, but 100% of Bitcoin holders were in profit. What's the number now? It's probably a little better because we're back up to 25 cents. And there's been a lot of people that bought at 8, 10, 11, 15, 16 cents. So there's probably a good amount of people in profit now in Algo, but that number is much lower than 100%. And we've dealt with, and I think somebody pointed out that maybe I exaggerate the effect of the Algorand Technologies selling during this pump. But look, it's been years of dampening this price action. And I understand, don't talk about price, but Merton from Solana, we're going to call him Merton. I think his name's Merton. It's probably his full name. Merton, pointed out quite rudely, but he got his feelings hurt, and about how our economic security has been flipped by bonk. There's truth to that. So economic security, but marketing, folks. Price go up is fantastic marketing. You guys know that. You're very good at reading my illiterate words. You're not illiterate, man. It makes sense. We do need growth, but want these funds to be used in a way to benefit KPIs. I hear you, bro. I hear you. And I officially don't have the answers. I'm here for fun and the tech and the hopefully changing some things because the world's a mess. And I think this technology can actually bring some, help it. Help it. All right, let's stop because I'm losing my damn mind. The Dayquil's kicking in, folks, and it's making me weird. All right, let's go to the mainstream media and see what's going on. We'll check CNBC. Looks like we got some red over there. I haven't looked at CNBC at all today, so I have no idea what the stock market's doing. We'll find out now, though. All right, yeah, the Dow is down a full percent. Oh yeah, so the stock market is angry. So that could also be why Bitcoin is down because now we got this ETF. So yeah, okay, this is wow. My wife, she yesterday, I was like, hey, so Bitcoin is about to touch all-time highs because she's a little bit of a hater. She is actually like the only one the only one that she thinks that I should own is Bitcoin, but she still hates it. She didn't like watching her algo go down so much. She's like, what am I doing? You invest in tech stocks, it's just up only, dickhead. And I was like, well, I do, but I just don't talk about that or trade it. I just let it sit because I'm more excited about this. But she was like, I bought a bunch of NVIDIA at 400. Look at where that's at. And I was like, that's good. How's Google doing? You bought Google at the same time, didn't you? And Apple, how's Apple doing? You bought it at the same time. It's not performing. I was like, I bought DOT. I told you this yesterday. I was like, I bought DOT at $4. It's looking pretty good. $10 right now. I bought Bitcoin at 16,000 when I told you. When you hated everything, Bitcoin was crazy. I was like, well, you said if it went down a lot that you would buy. Well, it's 16,000. You're going to buy shit. Like, I hate that stuff. No. I was like, well, I am. We have a not so friendly rivalry. She hates me, and I often have to apologize for her hate to her. It's a weird game. It's a weird game that we have to play. All right, folks. So the Dow is down 411 points, over 1%. The S&P 500 is down over 1%, and the Nasdaq is down over 300%. So really shit in the bed. Down 2%. I think she swapped Apple for NVIDIA today. I was like, okay, yeah, do that. I'm not, I don't give her advice anymore. Tesla's looks like it's doing bad. I had no idea that the market was this bad. She hates the volatility of Bitcoin, so I like to trigger her. So I was like, "Hey, you're gonna love this." Bitcoin touched all-time highs today, and then dropped 6,000. She's like, "I fucking hate that stuff." Why? I was like, "Oh, get over it." All right, So Intel's down 5%. I'm actually interested in some of these big. Okay, so yeah, Tesla is getting hurt. It's down 4%, down to 180. There's something going on over there. Ether turns negative. Bitcoin slides after hitting new record. What about gold? How's gold doing? Gold is up. Look at that. 2,141. Even up in this thing. Mounting U.S. Rate cut bets push gold to record highs. Well, if rate cuts were coming, then that were the story, you would think that risk would be doing better. All right. I don't really see anything I want to dive into here. We'll read about crypto on the other sites. Let's look at Bloomberg real quick. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, guys. My energy is a little messy. Independent Senator Sinema, what's her name? She's from Arizona. She says she won't seek re-election. She doesn't want to do it anymore. She's like, you know what? I just can't. Super Tuesday presidential primaries. I wonder who's going to win. Olivia Rodrigo is not kid friendly. Don't act surprised. Looks good to me. Oh, Nikes. Apple's iPhone woes in China deepen with a 24% sales plunge. Good call. She sold it in the morning. Did it crash in the morning or well, maybe you guys should copy trade my wife. Ba-do-do-do. All right, I'm done with that. Let's go to EOS desk. Oh, shit. Yeah, no. The slide continues. Bitcoin's at 62.3. Imagine that, though. Imagine being depressed. Imagine being like, oh, fuck, what did I do? Bitcoin's at 62,000. What a tragedy. Like, don't panic, folks. Oh my God, none of you are panicked. We're like fucking, we are, man, my brain, I can't, usually I can just start and then an analogy will come and I can follow it. But I was like, I had nothing. I was thinking of like a guy, all I thought was like, we're like, and I just like leathery skin and a cigarette and like some Wranglers. And then but I had no idea, like, you know what I mean? This is a guy seeing everything. We're guys that seen everything at this point. Bitcoin soared to an all-time high. So why aren't miners blasting off too? Because what nobody's talking about is that the halving is coming next month, 420. We're all going to get high as fuck. And then Bitcoin's not going to move because it never does after the halving. But it will 5 months after. The supply, currently, these ETFs are buying so much damn Bitcoin. And the amount is like 6,000 Bitcoin are being supplied a day. And then there's so much more buying pressure. Imagine in a month, that's going to be cut in half. Unless ordinals and all of the transaction fees really soar, Bitcoin miners are going to be in trouble. So you're going to see a lot of ordinal. It's going to be an ordinal craze after after the halving because the people that care are going to want that to happen for the miners. But now that people can put money into ETFs, so they don't have to buy these mining companies that have this type of exposure to Bitcoin. They can just buy the ETF. So that type of buying pressure for miners is gone, and the fact that the halving is coming. I mean, there's just a lot of things working against Bitcoin miners right now. So, do what you will. Can't be, it's not a recipe for like an easy road, that's for sure. Bitcoin Euro suffers flash crash on Coinbase. What kind of flash crash? How'd it go? Well, look at that. It got all the way down to 48. This is why you set limit orders. $48.5 from 60 on Coinbase, while on Kraken, for instance, the price only went as low as $58.4. The reason for the flash crash remains unclear, and it took 10 minutes for the price to rebound back to parity with other exchanges. Flash crashes can typically be attributed to a few scenarios, one of which is a lack of liquidity. The amount of market sell orders was too high for the amount of resting buy orders on their order book, and the price thus needing to sink to the nearest point of adequate bids. Another reason is seen during a flash crash on Binance US in 2021 is a bug or a mistake made by a trader or an algorithm, often called a fat finger trade. The disparity between euro trading pairs occurred shortly after Bitcoin surged to a new record high. But 69,325. I mean, that's pretty cool. We made a record high today. That's going to get broken. That's not the end. I mean, not financial advice, obviously, but 69, it touching 69,325 and then crashing today is fine. This is fine, especially with the stock market doing the crap that it's doing. This is fine. There are major institutions that are now getting into the ETFs. That this is only less than 2 months old? I don't even know. Yeah, about 2 months old. These people, these financial advisors, these guys that are going to be doing this, a lot of them haven't even gotten around to it. A lot of these people that are going to allocate to Bitcoin, they're watching this and being like, what the fuck, man? Why am I not in this? It went up from 38 to 69. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of the 69 to 100. So I'm bullish, man. I am definitely bullish. It's hard to buy up here when you've been buying down there. So I'm also bullish on corrections at this point. I hope I'm not wrong. I really do. Please don't make me wrong. But look at it. Oh, Biddy, 61.2, down 8%. Binance, okay, well, this prices will be fun, but we're not going to get there yet. Let's go to Blockworks. Where's poor Algo in this? Oh, God. When I wait. All right. Coachella gives NFTs a second try after FTX integration debacle. OpenSea. There you go. That's good. See? Even Coachella's back to NFTs. We're back, baby. Coachella. Okay, we already just read that. How Euler Finance made its comeback after a 200 million exploit. Arizona Senate advances effort to add crypto to state retirement funds. %45% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in more than 3 years. I'm part of that. What do we got with this guy? This guy's disappeared. This guy knows how to do it, folks. I mean, let's be honest. This man knows how to do it. He's like, all right, I'm a fucking billionaire, probably. I don't know what the hell he is. People probably don't even know the depths of this guy's wealth. But he's like, all right, I'll work with you guys. I'll come. I'll shut the hell up. I'll take whatever you're going to give me. You've assured me that it won't be that bad. And then I'm going to go back to being rich. I think he's playing it the right way. Okay, the U.S. government filed, but we'll see how it plays out. Who knows? Filed to modify former Binance CEO CZ's bond ahead of his sentencing. The original bond conditions were based on the expectation that Zhao would be living in the UAE, and so they did not address matters such as custody of his passports and notifications of pretrial services related to his travel plans and residence. The U.S. government wants Zhao and his defense team to inform the government of his travel plans. Zhao's team pushed back on this modification, arguing that it hasn't yet been an issue for the former CEO to travel throughout the U.S. However, the government is concerned about him going to the U.S.-Canada border. CZ is also a Canadian citizen. The defense says that requirement is unnecessary because Zhao's travel has not been an issue to date, but something that has not been an issue to date can become an issue in the future. The government's lawyers clarified that Zhao doesn't need to ask for permission to travel across the U.S., just notice that so that the government can have the opportunity to raise the matter with the court. As part of the modification order initially filed late last month, the U.S. also asked that Zhao surrender his Canadian passport to a third-party custodian employed and supervised by the Council of the Record. This would also prevent CZ from applying or CZ would also be required to maintain his residence and would have to get approval from pretrial services before changing his residence. Okay. All right, I think he's up in Seattle or Washington or something like that, so he is close to the Canadian border. They're worried that he's going to get into Canada and then they're going to lose him. So, I don't know. Something I've learned over the years, folks, is that when you learn that there's a spy balloon over Montana, The reality of the situation is probably a lot worse. We are being protected. So, not by people that believe that they know what we need to know. I mean, they know the things that we should and shouldn't know. That spy balloon over Montana is a distraction to something that is much, much more. I was talking to a guy recently, and he comes from a long line of people that probably, have been overseas, and people didn't know what their thing was, but they were, helping out the United States government. And he was saying basically the same thing. He was just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, "Every day that there is peace is a good day." So you want to chew on that a little bit. The world does seem. I mean, now I'm on Dayquil, folks. I'm on some drugs. I'm on heavy drugs. Dayquil. But I mean, if you just think about it, like just for a second, think about where we're at as a world. This is why you come to the show, right? But just think about it. Okay, so we got the Russia-Ukraine thing. We got the Palestinian-Israel thing. We got Iran and the Houthis in the Red Sea messing with this, with the supply, with shipping and the supply chain or whatever in a surprisingly effective way, where we're knocking out $10,000 drones with $1 million missiles. We've got China and Taiwan. What else? We're walking ourselves into World War III for sure. And if you think that the United States isn't under attack, they've been under attack for a while under things like fentanyl from China, from misinformation and division. Very successful misinformation division created by a lot to do with Russia. Oh, and then I'm not even mentioning North Korea and their crazy asses. Shit's wild, folks. What a time to be alive. And man, it is rough having small children right now. And the market is shitting the bed, isn't it? Market. Sorry, guys. Lost my damn mind. But I'm just saying, that's why I'm like, I might buy some gold. Bitcoin. Are you guys still here? Do you hate me now? All right, let's go to the block. What else? What else is wrong? What did I leave out? I'm sure you're putting it in the chat if you're still here. But what other problems are there? And what other ways are we attacked? I mean, fentanyl is crazy. It's crazy. These people are. I mean, China. The CCP is controls everything, and they are allowing the creation of fentanyl. You cannot do cocaine in the United States anymore. You're playing a goddamn dangerous game if you're doing blow in the United States, because you could just die. I knew people, comedians. This is old news, obviously. It's been a couple of years, I guess. I don't even know how long it is. Time doesn't matter. It does matter based on the way I look, but it doesn't matter in my brain. Guys died. Girl almost died that I'd met and sort of knew. Like, it's just crazy. Dying. Hundreds of thousands of people in the United States every year die from fentanyl overdose. Brought to you by China. You don't think that is intentional and a weapon? I mean, that's a very effective weapon. We are 100% divided in the most extreme way that we have ever been. I don't know if ever. I guess we had a civil war. I don't know. I'm no historian, folks. But as in my life of paying attention, absolutely and utterly divided, where it's like the other side are demons. It's crazy to me. It's so effective. It's because you can't really compete with the United States based on their military, which could, I guess, potentially change. But that's not probably the smartest way if you don't want everybody to die. I mean, it's a miracle that these people don't want everybody to. Thank God that hopefully, Xi and Putin and Biden and whoever else, has their fingers on the trigger, don't want everybody to die. I mean, praise God, literally pray to God that these people have the wisdom to keep us alive. But if you don't think that the United States is currently under attack, the border, what the hell are we doing? We have the most motivated enemies in the world. And why? Why are you so damn insistent on letting a bunch of people in? It doesn't make any sense. This isn't politics. This isn't left versus right. Anybody with some damn common sense knows that, okay, maybe right now is the time that we be careful. Like, what the fuck? This is why you come, right? All right, what do you got? The block brought to you by Solana, usually. Okay, yeah, so shit is diving like a dirty little bitch. Okay, so let's sorry, I'm swearing. Oh God, and by the way, on a lighter note, I'm not caught up on Curb Your Enthusiasm, who I fucking love. I love that guy. But I last night when I got home, I watched one episode before bed, and it was the one where what's his face has got his balls out, and then Larry does it with the fucking guy at the golf club. Oh, I love that. I love that show. I love that guy. That's so funny. Anyways, okay. So stupid and so funny. Leon. Oh God, those guys are great. The whole thing. And I used to work at Chateau Marmont. I don't know if you know, but the hell's his name? Jesus. Richard. He just passed away. You guys know what I'm talking about. He just passed away, but I used to wait on him every day. He would come into Chateau Marmont and he would have his Diet Coke and he would have his whatever he had. I don't even remember, but he was such a nice guy. And I definitely connected with him because I was there every day. I was working day shifts at that point is when I first was in LA. And yeah, really, really nice guy. And the reason I'm bringing him up is because he's obviously, and it was crazy. I was watching this episode last night and like, he's saying, what the hell's his name? Why am I not remembering his Richard what? Richard Lewis. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Richard Lewis. I didn't have to look. My brain does work. But the whole, in that episode with the ball, was it with the balls or was it with the one before? I don't know. Maybe I watched two. I watched one or two episodes last night. Maybe this is the same episode. No, it would have probably been the same one because it was on the golf. And Richard Lewis wants to give put Larry in his will. And then they have this argument about who's going to outlive each other. And it's, it's sad. Anyways, I feel like I sort of knew Richard Lewis and he was a cool dude. Real cool dude. All right. But rest in peace. Got to take care of yourself, folks. He probably did. He was just old. I don't think he was that old, though. He does look a little frail in the Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry seems healthy, and then Richard Lewis did seem a little frail. Probably hit it hard when he was younger. He seems like the kind of guy that did. I think he would tell me about that. I'm like, I don't do that anymore. All right. I don't see anything I want to look at. DeFi TVL breaks 100 billion for the first time since May 2022. Crypto casino shuffle partner. Nah, no, don't care. I sale, but nah, don't care. Okay. Wow, it's bouncing though. 2 seconds ago, Sol was at 118. Now it's at 122. Unless that was just on the block. It was, I don't know. The crypto market is bouncing around is what I mean. Okay, let's go to crypto coin market cap. I had a buddy yesterday say, "Hey man, what's going on with Shiba and Bonk? What should I do?" And I said, I don't want to tell you what to do. I didn't say that, but I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but I said, well, look, these are up insane amounts. And I can promise you one thing, that they're going to go down. Okay. I don't know when they're going to go down. I said, why don't you take a little profit and keep some if you want, so you don't feel like a dickhead for selling. So I hope you took my advice because it's all crashing right now. But Bitcoin's back over 62. down 3.5% over the last hour, 7.5% over the last 24 hours. Does look like it is trying to consolidate here, but still up 8.5% over the last 7 days. And look at that volume, almost $100 billion. Ethereum still at mid threes, down 5.5%. So it's underperforming Bitcoin, but not in the last 24 hours, just in the last hour. So it's correcting a little harder right now. And so it's catching up maybe with Bitcoin. And still up over 5% in the last 7 days. Tether's doing okay. BNB is getting beat up a bit, like everything else. Sol is still up 12.5% over the last 7 days. But yeah, sitting at 121. I'm scared to look at what has happened to Algo. Is Algo at 4 cents? I mean, like, oh God. XRP is finding its home at 50 cents, at down 12.5% in the last 24 hours. Cardano is also taking a huge hit, down 17.5%, 11.5% in the last hour. So people are like, oh shit, this is really going. Let's sell. 64 cents. Doge, 20% in the last, down 20% in the last 24 hours. Shiba down 15, but still, look at that, man. 160% in the last 7 days. Wild. Number 10, Doge and Shiba Inu. 10 and 9. Avalanche getting hit too, obviously down 8.5%. 10.5% in the last 24 hours. Same as Polkadot. So everything's down about the same. Polkadot's still up there over $9, though. Still makes me happy. Okay, so same stuff here. All right. Ethereum Classic, who cares? Our buddy Mr. Bags, Aptos has been doing great, hasn't it? Shit, I don't really look at Aptos. Same stuff here. Optimism actually doing a little bit better, but that's doing pretty good. BitTensor, same stuff. It's even actually. It's doing better. Stacks on stacks on stacks is down pretty hard. 17% in the last day. VeChain feeling some pain in the last 24 hours, 15%. Pepe up 120% over the last 7 days. So no reason to cry, but it is down 22% in the last 24 hours if you bought the hype. That would suck. Bonk is getting bonked, bro. 30% in the last 24 hours. Algo's all the way down to 22 cents. Down 11% in the last hour. We all are like, Algorand Inc., why are you selling? They're like, yeah. Why are we selling? Sure. Whatever, you fucking idiots. Keep on believing, bro. You dumb pieces of shit. We're selling at 25 cents because this shit's about to go down, bitch. You stupid fucking people. Why are you living on X talking about us? We know what we're doing. We got Silvio. You stupid pricks. Is that what they think of us? All right. I'm losing my mind. Let's go to Vestige. This needs to be refreshed, I think. Look at all that green. Hello, green. 25 cents. We love you. Well, we miss you. Oh, no. Oh, no. 22 cents. Wow, it's still a lot of green. KubeCoin's like, no, man. You know what? No, I don't want it. I don't want you. Okay, we'll go down a little bit, but no. We're 4.5 cents, bro. We got 900,000 liquid. No. I'm going to outperform you, you cock. Sorry, so much swearing. Trump coin, our buddy that just is flipping money, up 133%. Sus, up. GORA, up. It dipped pretty hard there, but bounced back. Stacks on stacks on stacks. All right, well, there we go. There we did it. I think we looked at all the things, didn't we? Let's go back here. See how you guys have absorbed this wild, my ramblings. Oh boy. Let's see. Coop lost it. Oh boy, let's go. Let's see. What are you guys saying? On that day, Quill lean. Coop robo tripping. Okay, this is where we last were on that Dayquil lean. Do you not tell your wife Algo will turn the lights off? Chicks dig that shiz. Yeah. Nice. Okay, bro, you are woke, but in a good way. There you go. I know. What did I see recently? Never mind. Thank you. I feel like I am. I am awoke. I was talking to a guy, he wasn't telling me he was a spy, but it was like, oh, he was a former spy. But it did seem like that's what we were talking about. And then I started giving him, we got into a really cool long conversation, and it was just, he's a nice guy for sure. And I was telling him, my thoughts on the world, and he just was like, it's nice. He's like, it's cool that you like think about these things. He's like, nobody does. And I'm like, oh, well, I think us on crypto Twitter in general, I suppose, do think about these things, don't we? And we want to know the damn truth. And we want to see the world as it is. So I appreciate you, Jason. Samino, bro got geopolitical. Well, we got to do it, and we got to do a real like a IRL event. You know what I mean? Like we got to do something. Is it at freaking Rosa's? What is it called? What is Taco Coin's restaurant called? Is it there? Because I think they're opening the restaurant in a month. We're gonna have the event there, or are we gonna go sit somewhere in the desert and like have a campfire or the mountains, wherever you want to go. Let's have a elite event where we all just hang out and just yell at each other over booze. Biden doesn't give a shit if we die. He's going to die any day now. Why should he? Well, I would say that about a lot of, the other, Trump coin as well. Like these guys are so damn old. Can we get some fucking young people in this? Anyways, common sense ain't that common. That's true. Things are diving like a dirty little bitch. Oh man, when you put that back in my face, you think, "Oh God, what's wrong?" How unhinged is this Michael Cotton interview going to be? I'm not going to do it live. We're gonna probably have to use the edit button. No, I'm just kidding. I don't edit anymore. Remember when I used to edit? You guys, I know some of you have been here long enough to when I used to edit lots of things, lots of jump cuts, lots of that seems stupid. Oh, that's a little mean. Oh, that could be offensive. A lot of just to slice it up. No more of that. Nope. No more editing. Just all of it. There you go. Deal with it. Type of vibe. Bro, you are earning my respect. I actually agree with you. Thank you, man. Sitting in LPs, collecting fees, bring on that volatility. Yeah, okay. So he was a recovering alcoholic. Oh yeah, he was definitely a recovering alcoholic. Lots of references in the show. Yeah. Of course he was. And probably other things too, is what I was insinuating. I knew he was a recovering alcoholic. He used to talk about it all the time. And that's, he really liked his Diet Coke. He was one of those guys. You know what I mean? We find our vices. And I think that his thing was Diet Coke and iced tea, if I remember correctly. But it was never really about the drink. He was very consistent about the drink and the food. He always had the same stuff. But it was more just about the banter. Chateau Marmont was cool. It was fun. Larry David, I got to meet him. I made him laugh. That was fun. I've told you guys about that before. And then all the like little pop stars, after I would work after the Grammys and the Oscars and all the big award shows, and you just see like a flood. I remember I waited on Louis C.K. before he fell down, and he looked terrible. He looked kind of like a gross dude. And I'm a huge fan. But then he fell hard, right? Like very shortly after that. Who else did I see? I saw Philip Seymour Hoffman. That was another guy that I had waited on before he died. He looked terrible. Looked so bad. So, and I obviously knew why, just looked really like he had fallen off the wagon. Anyways, I got lots of stories about that. If you ever want to know, we'll do that at the event. I'll tell you the story. I think I signed an NDA, so maybe never mind. I'm just kidding. I won't tell you anything. Looks like a correction, LOL. Bleeding, but it'll bounce back. Just sold everything. Chris, if you guys, if you ever learned anything in crypto, is that when everything dives, just sell and panic and leave. It will bounce back. We're going to be fine. Time to buy for me. That's Paul. Paul's in the building. 2 tiny trees. Wow, dude. I wonder what he's reacting to. Haha, Dayquil. Now, this is why I come to the ReCoop. Okay, cool. This just goes to show how much control leverage still has on the market. LOL, Coop lost it. This is why I'm here. Great ramble today. I love this shit. I love you back, animal style. Algo Scott having fun with the liquidations this morning. Can't wait for Coop to ask Cotton them hard questions. Well, we're definitely going to get down to it. It's going to be unhinged, and it probably will. It'll be in a fun way. I love Michael Cotton, by the way. I have a great rapport with him. I think he's a great guy. I buy into his genuine nature. I believe that he's a good person. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. What time is it? Okay, yeah, I gotta go soon. I was in your first 100 followers. It's been a love-hate relationship, but I love you now. Well, I love you back, Jay. You know what, Jason Scott? Absolutely. That's absolutely true. That name is absolutely familiar. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you back. And look, guys, we're doing our thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm definitely somebody that will adjust to the situation, and that's it. And but my core beliefs are always the same. And my core belief is I'm seeking the truth, type of thing. And I'm seeking to have a good time and enjoy my damn life. These fucking kids, man. I love my kids. There's 3 of them. There's not enough time to enjoy that life. I love Michael Cotton as well. Yeah. Man, Philip Seymour Hoffman was a genius, is what Jeffrey says. And he sure the hell was. I got to see him. I lived in New York. I was in the theater scene in New York at the same time. He was doing a lot of stuff at the Labyrinth Theater. I did some readings at the Labyrinth Theater. He came to see me in a show. Philip Seymour Hoffman has seen me act in a play. Absolutely. And he was complimentary about the show. I was like in a similar theater circle in New York as Phil, that team. I really wanted to work at the Labyrinth. I never really got there, but I did work with somebody that was very connected with them. His name is Adam Rapp. I think he just won the Pulitzer. He's the showrunner now for a show called American Rust. I haven't seen it, but he's running that show. Maybe I should reach out. But he did really cool, we did these underground plays that were well received in New York, and people like to go. There was an edge to the stuff that we were doing, and it was we had people like Philip Seymour Hoffman come see our show. Really cool people. Marissa Tomei, I remember, was front row. It was a smaller theater, and I remember having to do something pretty crazy. And I remember she was a huge crush of mine. And I just remember having to do this crazy thing. I'm not going to tell you about right now. But I just see her eyes looking at me like, oh, this woman has seen this. My childhood crush is seeing me do this weird ass shit. This is amazing. This is amazing. Meryl Streep's daughter, Claire Danes, I'm name dropping now, but it was a really cool time. And it was a great time for New York theater. I moved when this is another thing about Philip Seymour Hoffman. Now we're talking about Philip Seymour Hoffman, and that dude's genius. When I moved to New York, I had never been to New York City. And I moved there just blind, which was, as a young man, pretty terrifying, coming from Northern California, but a small town. I didn't know San Francisco was I lived outside. I didn't live in San Francisco. I lived outside of San Francisco, but it was the big city to me growing up. And I had no idea how small San Francisco was. And it's true that San Francisco has gone way downhill, by the way. It was a better place when I was a kid, or at least I thought it was. But anyways, so I'm moving, and then you fly into New York, and you're like, holy shit, look at this place. And then you get there, and there's just people everywhere. And before I moved to New York, the thing that I was like, the one thing I want to do is I want to see Long Day's Journey into Night on Broadway, and it was Philip Seymour Hoffman, it was Brian Dennehy, it was Vanessa Redgrave, and it was Robert Sean Leonard, I think. And Philip Seymour Hoffman was such a fucking powerhouse. That was such an incredible piece of theater. The fact that I loved, actually, something that I don't talk about a lot is that I love the theater. I love it. I don't love musicals and shit like that. I mean, I can enjoy it. That's not the theater I'm talking. I'm not talking about Shrek on Broadway. I'm talking about Long Day's Journey into Night, starring Vanessa Redgrave and Philip Seymour Hoffman theater, Labyrinth theater, the Public, the stuff that they were, this guy that I worked with so much. He did such cool shit. It was such a powerful experience to see such a force like light up with this, just so much emotion and like just grounded and connected, like artistry. Oh God, that guy's it was so good. Anyways, Cotton should start pre-gaming that Dayquil. Need him on the same level as Coop. Yeah, you guys got me today. You guys got the truth today. All right, folks. Hey, I think we're done. I think we're done here. You know what I mean? I think we did it. I think we had some fun. Did you guys have some fun? Yeah, me unhinged. This is all right, right? It's a variation of, I'm usually just a variation of unhinged. The theater is dead, though. It sucks, man. I mean, is it dead? I don't know. I'm not in New York. I don't know if there's cool shit happening. I have no interest in going to the theater anymore. It's just, I mean, I mentioned a bunch of people that are in movies, but the cool thing about somebody like Philip Seymour Hoffman or Woody Harrelson, or who's another good example of just absolute beasts on stage. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've never seen Christopher Plummer, but I bet you he's great on screen. But now it's just like, oh, do you have a TV credit? What are your TV credits? Let's do this play for the 19th time with somebody was on Supernatural. It's just so lame. I don't know. But maybe I'm just a jaded guy. I'd like to do a play again. I loved it. You don't make any money. It's kind of like YouTube. All right, folks. Hey, I appreciate you. Oh, Chris likes this theater as well. That's cool. What's up, Stango? Nice to see you, man. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to go see if I can hang out with my baby a little bit, give my wife some relief. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to sit in front of this computer again. And I'm going to talk to Michael Cotton. We'll release that as soon as I can get it uploaded. And hopefully it's not a total mess. All right, folks. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.